I always thought my brother Liam and I were close. We grew up sharing everything, our toys, our bedroom, even the same group of friends. But I didn't realize how deeply greed could twist someone. After our dad passed away, we were both devastated. He wasn't just a parent, he was a mentor, especially to me. He taught me how to work hard, save, and think ahead. Dad owned a small construction company. He left it to me in his will, knowing I'd worked beside him every summer. Liam got our family cabin in Vermont, something he always loved. But Liam wasn't happy with that. It's just a stupid cabin. He told me the day we read the will. You get the business, the house, the truck. I get a shack in the woods. I didn't know what to say. I didn't write the will. Honestly, I would have given up the business just to keep the peace. But Dad had been specific. He wanted me to have it. A month after the funeral, I got a call from the bank. My business account had been drained, nearly $80,000 gone. My heart dropped into my stomach. I hadn't authorized any withdrawals. I rushed to the branch, desperate for answers. That's when I saw it, the security footage. It was Liam. He'd used Dad's old checkbook and forged my signature. I was in shock. I called him immediately, trying to keep calm. Liam, what the hell did you do? He didn't even deny it. I took what I deserved, he said. It was bold, cold, like we weren't even family. You think Dad wanted you to have everything? He said. You wouldn't even have that business without me covering for you. I wanted to scream. I didn't. Instead, I hung up and started planning. I filed a police report and showed them everything. The video, the signatures, the bank records. They said it could take months, even years, to process. And maybe, just maybe, he'd get a slap on the wrist. But I wasn't waiting. Instead, I went to my lawyer. We'd been discussing the will anyway, just formalities. But now I asked about something more aggressive. Is there any way I can contest the cabin? I asked. Turns out there was. The will left the cabin to Liam as long as he didn't commit fraud against the estate. We filed immediately. Liam had already put the cabin up on Airbnb and was making money from it. But with the evidence we had, the judge froze the property within a week. He called me panicking. You're ruining everything, he snapped. I already booked guests through summer. I told him calmly, You ruined it for yourself, Liam. And that was just the beginning. Liam thought I was bluffing. Didn't believe I had the guts to take legal action against my own brother. I wasn't bluffing. I was done letting him walk over me. The judge ordered a temporary freeze on the cabin while the case played out. Liam lost access to it immediately. Airbnb canceled all his bookings, and guests left angry reviews. He texted me nonstop. First threats, then guilt trips. Dad would be ashamed of you, he wrote. I ignored them. Dad would be ashamed of him, not me. Meanwhile, I focused on rebuilding what he tried to destroy. My business was barely breathing after the stolen money. I sold my car and maxed out 2 credit cards to keep my workers paid. I picked up small jobs, mostly patchwork and repair. It was humbling, but I didn't complain. Every nail I hammered felt like a step back, toward stability and a step away from Liam. 3 months later, we went to court over the cabin. Liam showed up in a suit 2 sizes too big, trying to look innocent. I brought receipts, literally. The judge reviewed the bank records and surveillance footage. Liam's lawyer argued that family disagreements shouldn't end in legal battles. Mine argued that fraud is fraud, no matter who commits it. The judge didn't hesitate. He revoked Liam's claim to the cabin. I got control of the property by the end of that week. I didn't celebrate. I didn't gloat. I just drove up to Vermont and changed the locks. The place still had Liam's clothes, a half-finished bottle of whiskey, and his laptop on the kitchen table. I boxed it all up and left it on his doorstep. A week later, he showed up at my job site, unannounced, loud, and drunk. He screamed in front of my crew, calling me a traitor, a thief, a pathetic little daddy's boy. I asked my guys to take a break, and I told Liam, you lost the business, the money, and the cabin because of your choices. Don't show up here again. He spit at the ground and stormed off. That was the last time I saw him in person, but the damage he caused kept rippling. Few suppliers refused to work with me, still wary about the fraud incident. I had to rebuild my reputation from scratch. It took nearly a year. I worked 7 days a week. I missed holidays, birthdays, even my own anniversary. My girlfriend left me saying I was obsessed with revenge. Maybe she was right, but I wasn't going to stop halfway. By year's end, I had 3 new contracts lined up and steady cash flow again. I moved into a modest condo and finally felt some peace. But Liam wasn't done. I got an email from him. No subject line, just 5 words. "You think this is over?" I stared at that email for a long time. "You think this is over?" It felt like a threat, but it was more pathetic than scary. I didn't reply. I wasn't playing his game anymore. 2 days later, someone slashed the tires on my truck. No cameras, no witnesses. But I knew it was Liam. He always acted tough, but never left fingerprints, just like when he stole from me. Still, I didn't report it. I replaced the tires and got back to work. I refused to be derailed by someone who couldn't even hold down a job or relationship. But then my accountant called. "Did you authorize this business loan?" she asked. My stomach dropped. Another $30,000 had been approved under my business name with forged documents. Liam was trying again. This time, I didn't stay silent. I filed a police report, contacted the bank's fraud department, and turned over every piece of evidence I had. I also hired a private investigator to dig deeper into Liam's activities. What he found shocked even me. Liam had taken out 4 loans under various aliases, using bits and pieces of my personal and business info. He was buried in debt and gambling it away. He wasn't just self-destructing, he was trying to take me with him. My lawyer took the case to court again. This time, it was criminal. The judge issued a warrant. Liam was arrested at a casino bar 2 states away. I thought I'd feel relief. I didn't. I felt hollow. I'd finally won a war I never wanted to fight. Liam spent 6 months in jail. He tried to call me once. I didn't answer. I poured everything into my company. I hired a new project manager, expanded into roofing and renovation, and finally got featured in a local business magazine. I also sold the cabin. I didn't want it. It was just another memory Liam had poisoned. The buyer was a young couple with 2 kids. I gave them a fair price and even threw in some furniture. Watching them smile as they walked through the cabin made me feel something I hadn't in a while. Closure. One night, almost a year after Liam's arrest, I got another message. It's time from his old girlfriend, Katie. "He's out," she wrote, "but he's different, quiet. He talks about you a lot." I didn't respond. What was there to say? A few months later, I got a letter, handwritten, no return address. It was from Liam. "I ruined everything. I know that now. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I wanted you to know I'm trying. It's not for you, for me. I hope that's enough someday." I didn't write back, but I didn't throw it away either. I kept Liam's letter in my desk drawer, folded neatly beneath a stack of invoices. I didn't reread it often, but every now and then I'd catch a glimpse and just pause. There was still a part of me that missed the brother I once had. Not the liar, the thief, but the kid who stayed up with me, building Lego cities and fighting off imaginary aliens. Life moved on. Business kept growing. I landed a contract with the city to remodel low-income housing, and it felt good, like I was doing something meaningful for once, not just chasing profit. Then one morning, as I parked outside a new job site, I saw him, Liam. He was sitting on the curb, holding a backpack. Same old hoodie, same slouched posture, but there was no arrogance in his eyes this time, just exhaustion.
Ow.
He stood up slowly as I approached. "I'm not here to start anything," he said. "I heard you were working here. I just wanted to see you." I didn't say anything at first. I just stared at him, trying to decide if I was looking at a brother or a stranger. "I've been clean for 8 months," he said. "I'm in a halfway house. As part of the program means trying to make things right with people I've hurt." I crossed my arms. "What do you want?" "An apology accepted." "A job." He shook his head. "I don't want anything. Just wanted to tell you in person that I'm sorry. That I know I ruined everything." The silence between us stretched. The wind kicked up some dust. My crew pulled in behind me, waiting in their trucks, probably watching us. "I can't forgive you," I said finally. "Not yet. Maybe not ever." He nodded. "Fair, but I hope you keep trying," I added. "For your own sake, not mine." He looked surprised. Then he smiled just barely in, turned to walk away. I watched him go until he disappeared around the corner. That a day, I worked harder than usual. Not out of anger, but clarity. I didn't need revenge anymore. I'd already won by surviving, rebuilding, and becoming something more than Liam ever expected. That night, I took the letter out again, read it one more time. Then I wrote a short note beneath it. I can't forget what you did, but I won't let it define me anymore. You're on your own path now. I hope it's a better one. I didn't send it. I just placed it in the drawer with his. Some stories don't end with revenge or forgiveness. Some just end with scars, lessons, and the quiet strength of moving on. 2 years passed, never heard from Liam again. No calls, no texts, not even a forwarded letter. A part of me wondered if he'd relapsed or disappeared for good. But I didn't go looking. Instead, I focused on my life. My company grew faster than I imagined. I was hiring more people, mentoring younger tradesmen, and even teaching night classes at a community college. Every brick I laid, every nail I drove, it all carried weight. Proof that I'd built something real, something Liam couldn't take from me. One day after class, a student lingered behind. He looked nervous. "Do you remember a guy named Liam?" he asked. I stiffened. "Yeah, why? He volunteers at my rehab center," he said. "Said you were his brother. Told us about what he did. Said he's trying to make amends." I didn't say anything at first. He said you saved his life, the student added. That hitting rock bottom was the best thing that ever happened to him. After the kid left, I sat alone in the classroom for a long time. I never thought of myself as someone who saved anyone. I thought I'd just survived the fallout. Maybe my silence, my boundaries, my refusal to clean up his mess. That was what saved him. Not long after, I got a small envelope in the mail. It's no return address, but I knew who it was from. Da-da-da-da-da. Inside was a photo of a tiny wooden shed, freshly built, nestled in some rural field. On the back, in Liam's handwriting, it read, "Built it myself. It's not much, but it's mine. Thanks for teaching me how to hold a hammer. No apology, no guilt. Just a quiet message that maybe it was finally building instead of breaking." I smiled. Then I tossed the photo into the glove box of my truck and drove to work. Weeks later, I drove through Vermont on my way to a client's property. I passed the old cabin, the one Dad left Liam, the one I won back and eventually sold. It looked better now, brighter. Someone had painted it yellow, planted flowers, and hung a swing from the tree out front. Life had moved on. So had I. I don't think I'll ever fully forgive Liam. Some wounds don't heal clean, but I've stopped letting him live rent-free in my head. I've stopped needing revenge to feel whole. And in some strange way, I think Liam finally learned what it meant to earn something. Not steal it, not fake it, but earn it with calloused hands, long days, and the kind of sweat Dad used to say builds character. I still have his letter. I still have the photo. But most importantly, I have peace. And that's something no one, not even my brother, can take away again.